clear my throat.
Come on. There we go. We're live.
What does that red mean?
Where? That's always there.
That red writing.
That's because they can't see us on Facebook.
Okay. Good morning.
They can now.
The 10th at 8:15 a.m. here in Alabama.
We're running a little late this morning. Had a milk machine issue, but we're rolling now.
I would call it a goat-tastrophe.
A goat-tastrophe.
The thing is I got up early. I had, I was going to get everything done so we could be early for a live because it feels good outside this morning.
Great, but come one.
They say it's going to feel good all day.
Oh, it's not going to be like yesterday? Okay. Yesterday morning was awesome, but by 12:30, 1 o'clock.
So if y'all watched the live Tuesday, I said that I'd seen somewhere where some cool air was coming in and our nighttime temperatures were going to drop and the humidity was going to get better. And I couldn't put my hands on it at the time. And I think y'all thought I was pulling somebody's leg. Matter of fact, I had somebody comment and said that they saw that the lowest temperatures throughout the next week in Alabama were in the 60s. But that changed.
It changed?
Yes.
What's it now?
Well, right now it's like 80 something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like 59 for the low.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't crazy.
You're not crazy.
No.
You're not crazy. Well, I hope all y'all are having a good morning. Didn't have any goat-tastrophes this morning.
Goodness gracious, y'all. I tell you.
Oh.
That was my first sip, and it was a good one. Yeah, I was saying I got up, early, headed on out. Knew I had to milk goats, take care of stuff first, and never had this issue before. Of course, it has to happen on a Saturday when we're going live in the morning. Capri's awesome. She gets on the stand same way every single day. And my machine would just not build up a big enough. Well, it said it did. It was in the green, which means it's good to go. But the cup would not create enough suction to get the milk out of her. And I was just sitting there watching. I was like, something's wrong. So I took them off and I hand milked her for a few minutes, easy as pie. No issue with Capri. And finally, I just said, something's wrong. And I called Jason and he came to the rescue. And he said, just go ahead and let her out because it's not going to work.
Yeah, I thought the pump may be bad because nothing was working.
So I did. I went ahead and let her out. And it was like as soon as she got to the back of the pasture, it started working again. So I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do because she's got to be milked, first of all. Second of all, I don't think I can do it by hand. And third of all, I don't think she's going to come back. So got to try, right? I got a pocket full of animal crackers, headed out there where 9 other goats are. And they all came. All 9 of them. I don't need but one. So about that time, I said, help, Jason. He was in there trying to make sure the machine was working. He came out there and we got Capri back in the stand. And I bet she's saying this morning, can't y'all just get your stuff together?
She did good, though.
Oh, she did good.
And got her milked.
Got her milked. And the machine is fine. It just had a little malfunction, which I've been scared of. I've been thinking this whole time, what if something goes wrong with this machine? I was just thinking if I was like my mama, I'd buy a backup.
Yeah.
She thinks she needs 2 of everything because something may happen to the first one. Right. But I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't know what to do.
Not quite for sure what happened either. I think it may have like a vacuum lock or something in it, and that's what I think. But it's working now. Just
in the back of my mind is that Catherine has the same machine I do.
Yeah.
While she doesn't use the same cups I do because she has Nigerian dwarfs and Nubians need the bigger cup, the pump is what does the work.
Right.
So if something were to happen, I could borrow hers until my new one came in.
Yeah. I bet you can buy just the pump too.
And who knows? I mean, it may get a hole in the hose or something.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I'm just going to get some duct tape. I'm just going to seal the hole up if that's what it is.
Yeah, a hole in the hose would be easy to fix.
So
Easy fix. But we got it.
We got
it.
No need to
it's working.
To dwell on the past.
And then still enjoying the goat milk. Speaking of goat milk, I do want to mention that, you showed your kitty cats drinking a little bit of the goat milk in the last video. And we tried to answer all the messages and comments we could about that. And I even pinned a comment on the YouTube video, and that is that goat milk's raw goat milk is completely different than just your regular cow's milk.
It's completely different,
and it's okay for the cats to have a little bit.
And that's what I was going to say. It's not like y'all. I'm not pouring a bowl of milk. I'm giving them the first little bit that comes out of the stream. And maybe the last little bit that I pour out of the, filtration process. So, they enjoy it. It's not making anybody sick.
It's actually okay. I mean, it's actually good.
It's healthy. It's a good thing. So,
we even read that, and we even have people tell us that they were lactose intolerant, but they could drink goat's milk.
Yes. It's a different makeup.
It is.
Lots of people use it for babies that can't tolerate formula, and they can't, nurse the babies themselves. So, don't worry, please don't worry. I felt like
cats are okay.
After there were so many comments saying that's not good for them, cats are lactose intolerant, I thought I should have just left that part out. But then I thought, no, I shouldn't have, because that we've done our research and we're not doing anything wrong. So anyway, that is that.
That is that. So I just wanted to let everybody know it was okay. Yeah, even puppies. Somebody said they raised puppies with goat's milk.
Yeah. Well, they're not kittens, of course. Yeah. They're cats.
Right.
But we've been around people that milk goats for a long time, and every one of them has a barn cat, and every one of them has barn cats that sit there and wait for their morning milk and enjoy it.
Yep.
So,
it's a little different.
That's where we are with that. And also, you may have seen the picture that I was so excited to try the goat cheese and make the goat cheese. At first, I didn't show you what I was making. I just showed it to you in the big pot.
Yeah.
Any guesses what I'm making? I did everything according to what I was supposed to. It took 5 quarts of goat milk. It took a half a cup of buttermilk. And then 3 drops of diluted rennet, which I ordered. I talked about this last time. I finally got it in. And the only thing that they had available was vegetable rennet. Now, rennet comes in 2 forms, which I didn't even know this. But vegetable-based and animal-based. So what they had available was vegetable. So that's what I got. Well, that's the only thing I can figure out that went wrong.
Talking with Laura, who's a goat cheese expert.
Yeah, it has to be something to do with the rennet.
Yeah.
I was so hopeful that, maybe I was wrong when I stuck my finger in it and it didn't come out clear. It came out with the milk all over it. I was so hopeful that it would settle down. And
somebody said, don't use the vegetable base.
Don't use the vegetable base.
Lesson learned.
It, I hung my head for a second and I thought, what went wrong?
Yep.
But I also thought, I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up.
Well, I won't say this though. Gus and Loretta was not, they loved your goat cheese.
Yeah. They thought it came out just perfect. And, they were very happy with my goat catastrophe.
I got to find Loretta's face.
Goat catastrophe.
I gotta find.
So it didn't go to waste.
Here we go. I know most of y'all saw it, and I know some people don't like the shorts and reels, and I get it, but here she is, right. This is a good one right here. This one. I think Loretta loved your goat cheese. I'm not gonna lie. I think she absolutely loved it.
She said it turned out just right.
She hopes she make a lot more.
I was fixing to say she hopes that the next rennet is wrong as well, because she will make do of it. That girl's something else.
She looks like Santa Claus.
She does.
And Gus was the same way.
He looked like that?
Yeah, he was the same way. He's not as active or what's the animated. That's the word I'm looking for. He's not quite as animated as Loretta.
Well. Needless to say, she puts on a show every
Oh
time.
goodness!
Every time you give her something good to eat, she always is first in line and loves it.
Yeah, she loves it. Loves it.
There was no saving that milk and that rennet and that buttermilk, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm just waiting on the correct stuff to come in.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. It's gonna be fine. In a couple lives, we're gonna be on here eating goat cheese.
Oh, I have all different ways that I want to, add things such as honey to the goat cheese and different herbs and spices and nuts and fruits and big plans.
Big plans. I want some mozzarella. I know that's
on down the road, Jason.
We're gonna get the easy one first, and then learn how to do the mozzarella, which I don't think it's super hard, but it's a few more steps there, I believe.
And I would like to know if it will freeze dry.
Yeah,
the goat cheese.
That'd be awesome to know too.
I know cheese will freeze dry, and I don't know why the goat cheese wouldn't freeze dry, but it'd be interesting to see how it turns out.
Goat cheese cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
So I want to say this.
You can use it in place of cream cheese.
Oh, okay.
Like any recipe that calls for cream cheese,
you can use goat cheese. Yeah. Okay. So you've made chocolate pudding, which was fabulous. It tasted like old-fashioned homemade chocolate pudding that your great grandma would have made.
It reminded me of the filling that my Meemaw used for her fried chocolate pies. That's when I first tasted it. That was my first thought.
It's so good.
Is this taste like Meemaw's pie filling?
It's good.
Fried pie filling, but brought back some memories.
It was so good, so good.
It was.
So I can't wait for the cheesecake.
Somebody said it makes the best fudge. Yes, and I don't know how to say it, but the Mexican caramel. Starts with a C, but after I read that you stir it for 2 hours, I want to wait till a rainy day for that. I want to wait till I even looked at an automatic pot stirrer, but they were a little bit more expensive than what I was thinking they might be. So cajada, is that how you say it? I don't know. I know I'm butchering that.
See, I'm a wordsmith, but I don't know what word you're talking about.
Well, it's
I hadn't seen that word.
It's good stuff, but it takes a long time to make it.
Yeah. If I have seen that word, I would tell you how to say it.
Well, you want me to show it to you?
Pronounce it correctly. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to see me use my wordsmith skills, you're more than welcome to.
Goodness, here we go.
You're more welcome to show me, and I'll show you how to properly pronounce this word you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all are going to tell him before we get there.
No. Everybody here is wanting for me to show my wordsmith skills, and we're going to show them this morning. That's caramel.
There it is.
All right there. That is called cajata.
Cajata. Okay.
Yeah, cajata.
Cajata is what I want to make. Caramel candy.
Let's see if I said it right.
Cajata. Is it right?
Somebody's gonna let me know here in a minute.
Yeah. Or either they don't want to. They don't want to.
They're not gonna embarrass me.
Well, not really embarrassing. Nobody knows if cajata is right.
Way to go, Jason.
Okay.
Cajata. Very close. I was close.
Who knows? Somebody said.
Amen.
That's right.
That's right.
But I would like to make that.
A fried cheese pie. You know, I have never heard of that before, but I'm gonna tell y'all.
A fried cheese pie.
That sounds good.
Well,
that sounds delicious.
I don't have any cheese yet.
Yeah.
I wonder when my rennet's coming.
I don't know.
Because I have already accumulated enough milk to make my second batch of cheese.
Somebody said Lester could tell me. Yeah, Lester can. He's fluent. Yeah, he can.
Well, literally,
he can
do it right.
Cajeta. That's hey. Hey. That was close.
Hey. Okay. Well. is what it is. I can guarantee you I will not remember how to say it when I do make it.
Mexican caramel.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how we're going to say it right there. Mexican caramel.
That is it. So
I saw somebody say they got their donkey duds and how great they are. We've had so much great feedback on the freeze dry.
Oh my gosh. Everybody that's tried it that has reached out to us has said they are dangerous and they love it.
Yep.
So we appreciate y'all's feedback on that. And Miss Rachel, I'm sure will appreciate it.
Absolutely. Just always remember you're supporting these little small businesses, mom and pop businesses, and we can't thank you guys enough.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Have some new products. Will be a video out tomorrow about what new products will be available. And that is from the vinyl shop, This and That. Mm-hmm. Those girls have been working so hard. They are caught up on all the orders. And since they got caught up, they were ready for another purge.
Yes.
And we're going to try to make that happen by introducing some new products. We'll show them all on the live Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have a video tomorrow. And y'all can look at them and take a peek, and if you want anything, maybe make an order.
That's right.
So
freeze dry candy is wonderful. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes. Now I have had some emails, and I must say I haven't had time to respond to them, but that is people wanting to know if I will be freeze drying goat's milk and selling it, and that is no.
We can't. Legally, we can't.
When you freeze dry something, you have to have a commercial kitchen and you have to have a cottage license, which I have neither.
Rachel does.
Yes. And so that's why she's handling all of the freeze dried stuff. And besides that, I couldn't sell raw goat's milk anyway without a license, even if it's freeze dried, because that doesn't make it safe, even though it's freeze dried. You know, if you freeze dry raw meat, it's still raw meat.
Yeah.
You still have to cook it.
Right.
But if you freeze dry cooked meat, then all you have to do is rehydrate it.
Right.
Same thing with milk. You freeze dry it raw and it's still raw.
There's
it's
unpasteurized. A lot of red tape.
And I can't risk that. I mean, they could lock me up for a long time for selling goat's milk illegally.
Oh, me, a lot of red tape.
And I don't want to do that.
Yep.
So I appreciate the interest, though.
I've seen a lot of feta come up. Is feta hard to make?
What I read is it's a soft cheese and it's not that hard to make.
We love feta. The reason why I asked.
But the beginning cheese is goat cheese or farmer's cheese.
That's what we're gonna do first.
I don't know how to say it. Chever.
That's how you say it.
Is that how you say it? Yeah, I whispered so y'all wouldn't hear me. But that's where we're starting.
Yeah.
That is where we're starting. Yeah. And I can't thank Miss Laura Spencer from Simply Making It. Y'all, when I started talking about milking goats, I got a little present in the mail. She said, "Do you have cheesecloth?" And I said, "Well, I've always just gotten it from Walmart." She said, "Oh no, you can't do that." She said she was still using the same cheesecloth that she used when she began milking, which was a long time ago.
That's crazy.
But her cheesecloth had seen its better day. So she was about to order her some, and she was going to order me some too. And she had it sent to me, and that's what I used. Otherwise, it would have been worse cheese than what it was. If I had used some cheesecloth that really wasn't cheesecloth, it would not have worked out.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you to Laura for the real deal cheesecloth.
I saw somebody ask, "Was Miss Rachel going to be at the fall festival?" She is going to be at the fall festival. She's going to have a display hive.
Yes.
At our tent. And she's going to do a little presentation as well.
Yeah. And that's going to be interesting for even me to see.
And Ryan the roaster will be at the tent as well.
That's right.
So y'all get to meet both of them.
Yep. Energetic people that just make you smile. And we're so happy to have them on our side.
Yes.
On our side of the fence.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like one of those things. We're always, we need help on the farm, but we're scared to hire somebody. I mean, you don't know what you're getting. You have no way to vouch for that person most of the time, unless it's somebody you know.
Yeah, unless somebody you know.
And we have, not to say we didn't know who Rachel and Ryan were, because we did. They were from our hometown. But to get people that do what they're supposed to do this day and time is so hard.
Mhm.
And those people,
Mhm.
meaning this and that, Rachel, Ryan, Mr. Roy, they all do
Kennedy.
wonderful job.
Mhm.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
they we've been so fortunate in
So fortunate.
those hardworking people, because there's very few left in this world, sadly. I'm serious.
Oh.
You know, it's just,
Ryan's a good guy.
yeah,
They're
all
all
of them
good.
are.
They're all great.
Good people.
They're all great. And somebody said we're going to have a big tent. We're actually going to have 2 tents, and hopefully the Volkswagen bus with the awning. So basically 3 tents in our whole little setup.
We will see. We will see.
We have thought about looking at the WWOOF program, and we may do that. I don't know. Laura at Simply Making It, they did it for years, and maybe we need to talk to them about that.
Well, I've talked to Laura, and they have nothing but good things to say about it. You know, of course, it's new, it's scary to us, but it is something that, future we may be interested in doing that.
Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically an intern program, and
Worldwide.
it is worldwide. And I've only seen younger people do it. I'm not saying that it's not, I don't know if there's an age on it or anything, but typically it's younger people that have gotten out of school and thinking about going into farming,
Agriculture. I mean, there's all different aspects of it.
Yeah.
And that's the joy of it, is when, as far as I understand, when you join the program, that you say what you do, and these people are either interested in, I mean, some of them are row farmers, crop farmers, I'm sure, all different.
And so basically the way the program works is that they will go and work at a farm for a couple of weeks, and they can even stay long as they want, I think, or long as you let them stay. But they'll stay at a farm maybe a couple of weeks, and then another set of woofers come into your farm, and then that set you have goes to another farm, and it just kind of rotates in and out like that. And you'll get people from Germany and France and Italy or
Sweden,
New York or Wisconsin, and it seems like a great program and something we'll probably look into. All ages. There's somebody said all ages. I figured it was all ages, but most everyone I ever seen, or Laura's, were
younger people. So it's called WWOOF, which is kind of a funny name for it, but it's actually an acronym. It's WWOOF USA, which is Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. So yes, that is something that we've always said we'd be interested in doing, but it's definitely a little different.
Yep, it is a little different. It's pretty awesome.
It's awesome opportunities for these people.
I would have done it.
No, you wouldn't. We were together. We would have done
it. We would have done it.
No I in this then.
Yeah, no I.
We in this.
We would have done it.
We would have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely would have done it.
But it if I knew now, if I knew then what I knew now, then I'd go backwards, and I'd definitely change some things. Not be so scared of I don't know, trying new things. I guess that's an example. Just experience life a little more rather than being so
making up for it now.
Stuck in Alabama.
Making up for it now.
Well, trying. Not really, but
I think so. I think so. Me and Mary Carr went on a little adventure ourselves yesterday. We did. We went canoeing. I talked about the canoe. I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago or whatever, but we do have a canoe that we bought. Man, I bet that canoe is probably 13, 14 years old.
Mary Carl was alive, so I don't know.
She was young.
Yeah.
And I think we've only taken her canoeing one time in it. Me and you really got into it. And then I went several times with some buddies. And I don't know, life happens. I think we were a little nervous because Mary Carl was so little. And finding places to go canoeing is not easy. You know it? It's because you think about it and you're like, oh man, canoeing's awesome. We got the Cahaba River, which is a small river, which is unbelievable. But you don't think about that you got to get to your beginning and you got to leave a vehicle there, right? And then you got to take a vehicle at your ending, and then you got to get all the way back to your beginning. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? It's anyways, it was a lot more difficult than what we anticipated.
Well, especially thinking that the bodies of water that we had to use it in that were public were rivers versus ponds and lakes that you could park your car in. But y'all took it to Harrison Lake, which is a privately owned lake in Maplesville, Alabama. And the gentleman is just kind enough to let people go birding there. And
it's a birding hotspot. Most all the birders in Alabama know of Harrison Lake.
That's right.
It blows my mind why this is a birding hotspot, because it's basically, it looks like an old gravel pit.
It does. And the water level recedes and then raises, of course, with the rain.
Yeah.
There's marshes at times, which I can see how that attracts birds. And then there's deep waters at times, which attracts a whole different group of birds.
It is weird because there is a railroad track right there. There is a wood mill
right there.
It's right by a main highway. There's a cell phone and radio tower. I mean, it makes no sense to me why this is why the birds are so attracted to this area. It blows my mind. But we took the canoe. You went to your doctor's appointment yesterday. Right. And so Mary Carl, she's 14. She didn't want to go, to the doctor's appointment and I don't know, and
sit and wait.
And
I don't blame her.
And so I said, well, we'll stay home. And I said, me and you'll go do something fun. And so yesterday was kind of cool yesterday morning, cooler. But we loaded up the canoe and I was excited. And we got the canoe out, went. And y'all, we had a great time. It did get hot, but luckily out there on that lake, the breeze was constant. It was constant. The water really isn't that deep. And y'all, we could take that canoe in all these grassy kind of areas that we couldn't have got to by foot or by truck. Usually we just drive around. And she got some great shots. We saw a couple of cool birds, the redhead duck being one. It's considered rare in our area. And we logged it, and I even took a picture of it and put it in eBird, and they still hadn't approved it yet.
This particular redhead duck, it's a male, and Mary Carl is convinced that he is injured in a way that he can't leave.
She thinks he stays there a lot.
She thinks he stays there, and he feels safe in the water, and he can't leave.
Yep.
Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but he's always been there.
And so she got some incredible, we got really close to this duck, way closer than we'd ever had before. So she got some amazing shots. Man, I even got some cool shots. I'll show y'all. But it wasn't the only one we got though. Let's see here. I got a really good one somewhere. Maybe that was it. Well, he's beautiful. And this was just on my phone. We got really close. So that's something we couldn't have done without the canoe. So we're just creeping along. Saw an hanga, which is a weird looking bird. I got a photo of it too. Let's see. There it is. Right there. And again, that's another picture that she couldn't have got.
But that's your phone picture, right?
Right. And that she couldn't have got without us getting out there on the water. And so we're creeping along and just having a good time. And we're going down one side there, and it's grass everywhere. I mean, it's not manicured or anything. This looks like a reserve, basically, once it's grown up. And so me and Mary Carl are just easing through there. And, we're talking, but we're kind of quiet in that canoe. And so we're easing through there. And y'all, I mean, the bank was literally within arm's reach. I could reach over and touch the grass on the bank. And so we're just easing along. And a hawk swooped in and got a red-winged blackbird and literally knocked the hat off my head. You could feel the air from his wings. So he come around, just whoo, And y'all, Mary Carl got so excited. Oh my gracious. And he flew with about 10 foot after he caught the blackbird. He flew about 10 foot on the bank in the tall grass from us. And I could tell her heart was going 100 miles an hour. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get us over there to him. Because, I mean, he was right. I mean, I could have touched him. That's how close this hawk was. And we never could have saw this or experienced this if it wouldn't have been in that canoe. And so she's trying to get a picture of him. And so I'm easing. I didn't want to go too fast because I didn't want to scare him off. But then I didn't want him to leave. And so I'm easing. And she gets her camera. And she never could get him because the grass was kind of in the way. And then he flew off with the bird still in his hand and flew on off. But y'all, that was an amazing experience. It seemed like it lasted for 5 minutes. It probably lasted a total of 15 to 30 seconds. But it was unreal. I mean, you could see the spots and the detail of the hawk. I mean, that's how close he was.
And that was worth the whole trip right there.
It was. At first, when she didn't get a picture of it all, I thought, oh no, she's gonna be upset that she didn't get a picture. But she was not upset at all. She was just so excited that she got to witness it. It was something to see. It was unbelievable.
And I got a text and it said, "Oh my gracious, a hawk nearly took my hat off."
It did.
And he said, "Caught a red-winged blackbird 5 foot in front of us."
Yeah.
And I said, "Picture or it didn't happen."
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that was a funny, but my gracious, I mean, yes, nature can be cruel. Hawks can get your chickens, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And, whether it happens in front of your face or behind closed doors, you being behind closed doors, it happens. And to experience that was just I don't know.
It was really, really,
amazing.
Really cool. I mean, it was like we were working for National Geographic and we've been sitting there in a blind, recording it, and you saw it on TV. I mean, it was like something that you would have saw on the Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom. I mean, it was crazy.
I can't imagine.
It was fun. It really was fun.
So, meanwhile, I went to the doctor in Birmingham, and this was my 4-month checkup for my rheumatologist. And I've been I've been looking forward to this day because I told y'all that I had some downfall to my feelings and what was going on with me. And I was put on more medication, given a second dose of the Humira along with another medication to take with it. And hopefully this will do the trick.
Yes.
Hopefully this will do the trick. I had a terrible day yesterday. I just woke up achy and hurting all over and don't really know why. Maybe a little stress, maybe just, life.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I read from one of you guys actually was that's the thing with autoimmune diseases is you may feel good today. You may wake up and you may feel good. And tomorrow for no reason whatsoever, no diet, no, nothing behind it that you can see, you can't hardly get out of the bed.
Yeah.
So it's a mystery, as a lot of you know, and you just don't know what to expect from day to day.
That's right.
But hopefully this will get things a little bit more under control to where I'm back to where I was.
I do say you do seem better today.
I'm better today. I'm better today. I'm better today than I was yesterday. And Jason asks me every morning, "How are you feeling today?"
Yep.
And I can say, I'm better than I was yesterday, or I'm not so good. So, just it is what it is. I don't know how I got to this point, and I never will probably. It may just be my body. I can tell y'all this, that I have had this spot on my foot for years. It's been there for a long time.
Been there for a long time.
And it went across my toes and across my foot. And I never really thought too much about it. But when I wore, which doesn't happen very often because I'm here most of the time, but when I wore flip-flops or something that showed my toes, you could always see it. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't embarrassed about it. I just noticed it. So I often wondered what that was because there were times when it would be sore And since I've been taking the Humira, that completely disappeared. So I told the doctor about it, and my inclination was confirmed that was psoriasis.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had it for a long time, and autoimmune diseases usually don't come in ones. They usually are multiples.
That's crazy.
So, maybe we nipped that in the bud before it became a big problem.
That's
because who knows?
That's right.
Maybe on my foot now and my face next week. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that part of it went away for sure, all the way away.
Gone.
I mean, it's gone. You can't even see it.
Gone.
So I never thought about that being what it was. And the crazy thing is my mama has the same thing. She has what it comes up on her arm right there, and she uses something that helps her. And I think that she has it as well. So don't know. Don't know. Anyway, I put a picture on Facebook of me eating lunch by myself and asked if you guys would eat lunch by yourself or eat by yourself comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
My anxiety would
get the best of it.
I got social anxiety, but mine's weird. Big crowds don't necessarily bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's a lot of people.
It's more one-on-one.
When it's one-on-one, which is weird because, I struggle with drive-thrus. I struggle with the bank teller. I would struggle with eating by myself. But I can stand on stage and talk. A group of people, when it's a lot of people, it don't bother me. We can go to an amusement park or whatever, and I'm fine. But if I'm at the amusement park and had to go up and order us lunch,
it would be a different story.
My anxiety would go, isn't that crazy?
Well, no, it's not crazy, because that was my thoughts by posting the picture.
Yeah.
I knew that you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I knew I could do it.
Right.
And I knew my mama couldn't do it. But I knew, it's just weird how
everybody's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Totally different.
To the point where you're either totally comfortable with it, or you're nervous the entire time, thinking, I'm not comfortable doing this. And my thoughts were, when I got out of the doctor, I want something good to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I want something good to eat, and I want it to be healthy. And then I said, we don't have Chick-fil-A in our town, and I really would like to have Chick-fil-A. I could go through the drive-thru. And then I said, but you know what? The fish market's right here, and I could go sit down and enjoy me a healthy meal versus going through a drive-thru and just relax. And I felt comfortable doing it, and I did just that. And I had grilled flounder, which was absolutely delicious. I love it. Brings back some bad memories when my daddy was, going through cancer treatment at UAB. That's where he always wanted to eat.
Always wanted to eat. Yep.
Always wanted to eat. He was a foodie, so to speak. He loved to eat.
And that was at the old fish market.
Yeah. Well, no.
They
have two now.
I'm talking about remember the original one?
It's the same.
And that, you walked in, it wasn't fancy and like all that.
It's the same building.
But it was, the difference between the old Golden Ranch and the new Golden Ranch per se. You don't remember the old, you had to walk in, it wasn't all that fancy dancy stuff.
Well, they've changed the scenery some, but same building.
Yeah.
Same atmosphere. And he always wanted to eat. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to go eat myself, because I like to eat too.
Mm-hmm.
I like to eat too. And it was something that I didn't have access to here.
Mm-hmm.
Jason and Mary Carl were gone. So I didn't have any reason to rush home. Enjoyed my lunch.
And then me and Mary Carl went to a little Mexican restaurant in teeny tiny Maplesville, Alabama, when we got done.
That's right. Y'all reached out to me and said y'all were going to eat, and I was pleasantly surprised to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
So
I gotta eat. I saw somebody said that they even struggle talking on the phone, and I do too. With somebody I don't know, I do. I even struggle if it's intimate or personal. I even struggle with emails. Isn't that crazy?
It
is.
Well, everybody's different. Definitely everybody's different. Yep. When I went through my struggles as going from being able to talk to anybody to not being able to talk to anybody. I was I'm going to say a telemarketer because everybody knows what a telemarketer is, but I had to answer the phone. And when that part of my life hit me and I changed, I couldn't answer the phone. My heart would beat so fast. It was my job and I had to be able to do that. But I had so much anxiety that I couldn't do it. I got over it, thankfully, but it was just a part of my life and something happened and
crazy.
And I changed for a brief period of time. Stress. I mean, things can happen that you have no control over.
You have no control over.
I mean, I wanted so bad to be able to say, Walter Craig, this is Brooke, and I couldn't do it. Don't want to do it. I had to quit my job. So it is what it is.
I see some people asking about Snow White, and she's doing good.
Snow White is doing very well.
She's doing well. Her drops are done. We're through with the drops now.
Yeah.
I know it was 7 days.
You said drops, and I'm thinking like, I don't know.
Our eye drops.
Egg drop, something.
Her eye drops are done.
Her eye drops are done.
She can't 100% see in it, but we do think it did help some.
Well,
over there dancing.
I put her up every evening. I shut the barn door to make sure nothing comes in and could attack her that she couldn't prevent. And I kind of hurt her. I used both hands, and I know that she can visually see that I'm on this side of her. Now, how much vision she has, I don't know.
Right,
but she knows that I'm there. So
I think she's better.
I think it's as good as it's going to get. But she's happy, y'all. I mean, a lot of people have asked, are we going to add her a friend? Well, I don't really know what kind of friend we would add because, first of all, if we added a peacock friend or a peafowl friend, the peafowl friend would want to fly.
Yeah.
The peafowl friend wouldn't want to stay in an enclosed area because their mindset is to go, to fly, to wander. Hers is not because her vision isn't good. So what kind of friend could we add that wouldn't, The
only thing I could think of is maybe add one of the silky hens in there with her.
Well, maybe so, but it would probably need to be from a baby.
Yeah.
To where it didn't know the way of the world and that it could get out.
Right.
And I would hate to put something in there that she really didn't want to be in there.
Right.
Kind of like Peaches, Peaches is like.
Yeah. I know.
Had somebody reach out to me this week and ask if we would take a pig. She looked just like Peaches, and I thought about just responding. Peaches said no, but I didn't do that. I just tactfully said Peaches likes to be alone, and I really don't want to mess up Gus and Loretta's.
No, Gus and Loretta are so
vibe, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
They're set, but yeah, Peaches said no.
Peaches said no.
Peaches said no, and who knows? I mean, unless we tried it, we wouldn't know if Snow White wanted a friend.
Yeah.
You could add a baby chick in there, but that
she may hurt the baby chick. I don't know.
She may, but
I don't know.
That baby chick's gonna grow up, and that baby chick's gonna want to roost and fly, and it'll be all over the barn before we know it. So I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Somebody said maybe, I didn't think about that. Needs her own cheese. The goose.
Oh.
Could get a Gosling and let it grow.
Do y'all know how vocal that would be when Jason was trying to record?
Yeah, it would be pretty rough.
It would be. Geese are not known to be quiet. Unless we get a mute swan. There we go. They don't make any noises, do they? Mute.
Oh, goodness. Oh, a mute swan.
I don't think a mute swan's mute.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will.
We'll figure it out. Absolutely, we'll figure it out.
But she's doing very well, and she's very comfortable in her environment. I mean, she preens, she lays eggs. What else could you ask for?
I wonder if she's been alone for a while.
To indicate that she's healthy.
Because she's really, really comfortable with it.
I don't know. And the more I think about it, the more I think she's so satisfied where she is. Do we want to move her? What do we,
Yeah.
Do we want to disrupt that comfort that she has? I don't know. We'll figure it out. She's safe, and that's all that matters. She is safe.
I saw a lot of people when I said Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. How much memories that brought back. Did you watch that show? Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom?
It wasn't Jack Hanna, was it?
No, this is pre him. I can't remember that guy's name. I can see him and see his voice. He had that gray hair that was kind of slicked a bit and had that little.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
I got to show you then. I bet if you saw him, you're remembering.
I may.
What was his name?
So it was. It came on TV?
Yes.
Huh. It was animals?
Mm-hmm.
I probably did then.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Who was he? His name was Marlon Perkins.
Well, that doesn't ring a bell.
Let me see here.
You got an image?
Mm-hmm. Right there.
No.
You don't remember him?
No.
Oh, I do.
I do not remember him.
Oh, I do.
Hmm.
Oh, it's Marlon. Everybody's coming up. They know. They know. They know.
What year was that?
Oh gosh, I was a kid. I mean, that was had to be in the 80s. I don't know when the show. When did that show air?
Doesn't it say it right there?
That's all the. They've had several ones, but the original one was him. I guess it's still going on.
Really?
To present. Except it's called Wild Kingdom. It's not called Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
So, wasn't Jack Hanna one of them? Jack Hanna's Wild Kingdom?
Mm-mm. Jack Hanna, I think he's just known for being on talk shows.
Oh. Well, how do I know him then?
Because he was always on all the shows, David Letterman.
I used to watch David Letterman.
Yeah.
To go to sleep.
I'm sure Jack Hanna has a show, but I remember Jack Hanna from being on talk shows all the time.
Bringing a leopard.
Bringing his animals and stuff.
Okay.
That's what I remember from. That's right. So I was on Facebook Marketplace, and they know what I like. They know I like old vintage stuff. And that's what they showed to me. And they showed me, Facebook.
It's a group of people behind this
thing
screen.
Popped up, and y'all, you talk about a flood of memories.
Jason, I don't even know what that is.
My gracious. Oh my. You don't know what this is?
No.
All right, y'all. This popped up for sale right here. And the one my nanny had a lady in the middle of it.
What is it?
It is called a rain lamp. And what would happen? It's got like fishing line. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
All that fishing line. So when you flip the switch, the light came on.
And the lady danced?
And no, little droplets of oil. So it looked like it was raining.
I have never seen that in my life. I promise you I haven't.
Oh my gracious. Y'all, and every time I went to Nanny's, I had to cut it on. Because it was the coolest thing in the world.
Oh my
I
goodness.
had to cut that rain lamp on.
I've never seen that, Jason.
I don't know exactly how. I know the oil just recirculates.
What do you fill it from the top or something?
I don't remember Nanny ever filling it up. Never. I think it just came like that.
And when the oil ran out, it was just gone.
No, it just recycled.
Oh.
The oil would run down and it pumped back up to the top again, and it would just recycle
Wow.
over and over and over.
So they were like different scenes or something?
Well, I didn't know that until I saw this one. I'm not quite sure what this one's got in it. It looks like I don't even know what that
wheel
is.
of some sort.
Like a ship steering wheel or something. I don't know. My nanny's had like a, like something you would see in Rome or something, a lady statue with a gown flowing.
Oh my gracious. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I loved the rain lamp. I wonder if I can find a video. So you got to see this, Brooke. Yeah, I didn't know you didn't know what a rain lamp was.
They are calling it an oil lamp, but if you type in oil lamp, you know what's going to come up, an oil lantern.
Let's see here.
A rain lamp.
Oh, that's it. That's my nanny's right there.
This vintage.
Look. You see it?
Oh my
This was just like my nanny's.
Well, it doesn't look like anything's moving.
You don't see the droplets? Uh-oh.
Oh,
goodness, I hit the wrong button.
Next thing you know, we're seeing Dutch.
See the droplets?
Oh,
Is that not cool?
well, that is pretty nifty.
Y'all, I can remember being a kid. This was the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life. And then, of course, you would touch it. You know, you would touch it, and oil would bead up. You let go and it go back in.
I have never seen that in my life.
She had it in her living room, or we called them living rooms.
Uh-huh.
What else? Is there another name for it? Your formal dining room, I
Yeah.
guess. We called them living rooms. Of course, she didn't have a table in there. It was just the living room. She had her fancy stuff in there, and that was in the corner.
Was it big?
Hanging up. Yeah, it's big. Look at his hand on it.
So it's that on the ground.
No, it hung. She had hers hanging from the ceiling. In the corner, it hung down from the ceiling.
Well, wonder where they went, because
I don't know.
Never seen one in a thrift store either.
I don't know. I don't know where it went.
Huh.
I don't know. Well, Justin Hill said Granny called it. We call the den the part you actually sat around in and watched TV.
We call it a dining room.
But the living room.
Yeah. Like on Dixie Drive, it was two separate.
But that was two separate. But Nanny's wasn't separate. She didn't have a dining room table in there that I remember. Maybe no, it was a couch. She had her fancy couches in there. The ones that nobody sat on.
That's
except,
right.
You had somebody, porting over, or you had Christmas or something like that. Nobody sat over there now. You didn't go into the living room.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those. I really don't. I wonder why my Meemaw didn't have one.
I don't know why. That would have been right up her alley.
She had a cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
And I
Nanny and Granny had a cuckoo
wish
clock.
to this day that I had that cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
Because it was a real cuckoo clock.
I don't know what happened to Nanny and Granny's cuckoo clock.
It opened the door and cuckoo.
Yep. But I hadn't seen the rain lamp since I couldn't remember. So evidently, Granny didn't keep it because Nanny passed away. Granddaddy did, and maybe he just didn't keep it.
He just didn't like that rain lamp. Maybe.
I tell you what, because that one was.
Was it expensive?
It was like $300 or $400 on Facebook.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Sure was.
I wonder how much they were originally.
I don't know how much they were originally.
Huh.
It was like $400
on Facebook.
But if I run across one in a thrift store,
not for $400,
and it's reasonably priced, I may have to buy it. I'm just saying, I may have to buy it and hang it up here somewhere.
So I can look at the.
Oh man.
Well, what'd you call it? A rain lamp or oil lamp?
Yeah, I don't know what we called it as a kid. I just don't remember I don't think we called it anything. I just saw it was advertised on Facebook Marketplace as a rain lamp. Yeah, people are saying they're expensive now.
Huh.
Yep.
So I wonder if they weren't like massively produced, because if they were, you'd think that I would have seen it in a flea market or a thrift store before.
Yeah, I had never seen
it. And maybe I did, and I just wasn't interested
never seen one.
Maybe I thought that's not something I want. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty
collectible,
fancy looking. You know what I mean? Like over the top fancy.
My Meemaw had I always called it a China doll.
Oh yeah.
And y'all, it was
fancy.
It was weird. It was in a glass case, and it was probably about 3 foot tall.
About 3 foot tall.
3 foot tall, and it was this Asian lady that was all dressed up in the middle of that glass case.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't know why that was there.
It was fancy.
It was fancy.
She had a fancy living room.
Oh yeah.
Dining room.
Well, he and I met after my Meemaw had passed, but that became our house, meaning me, my mom, and daddy, and nothing changed. They left it just the way that dining room was.
Had wool
red
carpet in it.
Red wool carpet.
And it was red.
And my mama hated that carpet. And my daddy loved that carpet.
Yeah.
And so finally, my mama talked my daddy into pulling that carpet up, and because it was hardwood up
it was hardwood floors under it.
So she talked him into pulling that red carpet up and refinishing the wood floors. So we did. and we called it stick pickup. It was when the city came around with their big arm truck and they picked up your stuff off the side of the road.
Hilarious.
And so were you there?
Listen, so it was a big deal pulling this carpet up.
It
right?
was a big
And
deal.
so your dad, I mean,
My daddy
like,
was fussing the whole time.
He
There ain't
was.
nothing wrong with this carpet.
he loved this red wool carpet and pulled it up, and y'all were like, y'all had convinced him and told him so many times that it was out of style.
Nobody wanted it.
It was ugly. Nobody wanted this red wool carpet. Nobody would ever put this house today. And so we got it pulled up, drug it out to the side of the road
for the stick man.
And within hours, somebody came and picked that carpet up. And y'all,
and my daddy,
could not, oh my gracious. He did not let them live that down.
He was like, I told y'all that red wool carpet. Everybody
wanted it.
Everybody wants that carpet. And it just got picked up off the side of the road.
Drove by, saw it, and picked it up.
Y'all, I'm not talking about a red tent.
It was red.
It was red wool carpet, and it was so heavy.
Oh,
you remember that?
Yeah, and the pile, I mean, it was like real dense. I've never seen carpet like it. I don't think they probably make carpet like that.
Well, you probably should have picked it up off the side of the road. But y'all, it was the staple of that room, that red carpet.
It was.
And never, ever, ever was he going to let us live that down. And I bet he pouted about it for months.
Because, listen, this was something that took years to happen.
Oh my God.
Years.
Every time we mentioned it, it just went.
This wasn't like it wasn't like that, one weekend y'all talked him into it. This is something that took years to get him to do because he loved that red wool carpet so much. And then when it finally happened, somebody drove by and saw that red carpet sitting on the side of the road and took it home with them. And he was probably sitting out there in a lawn chair waiting on somebody to come by. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
And me and my mama were like, we don't care. Let them have it. They can have the red carpet. It was ugly. It needed to go.
It was as red as you can get.
Oh my gracious.
It was red.
I'll never forget that red carpet as long as I live. It was ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was ugly.
It was ugly. Looking back though, it'd probably be in style now. Stuff comes back around. Like the rain lamp. That rain lamp would have fit perfect with the red wool carpet.
Yes, it would have, and that's why I'm wondering why there wasn't one.
I don't know. I saw somebody said they got theirs at Sears.
I mean, there were things in that dining room that were like a table with eagle claw feet.
Yeah.
It was fancy.
Yeah.
So the red wool carpet went in there. It was just ugly. The wood looked much better, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
After it was refinished.
Yeah. Yep.
What a process.
Yeah.
What a process.
I remember how it was weird.
The wool.
I mean the what's it called? Nap? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
No, it was different.
Never seen that. And I would hate to know if they did make that to this day, what it would cost.
It was probably expensive at the time, and that's probably why Daddy didn't want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It was probably the fact that he said, Mama spent a bunch of money on this, and
oh yeah, I'm sure.
And one thing that I remember my Mimo having that I loved, that I was fascinated with, was one of those machines that has that belt on it. It was like a treadmill.
Oh yeah, that shook you.
You stood on it and it shook you all over, and it was supposed to shake the weight off of you. Now she had one of those, and that was, thinking
oh goodness,
how did they think that was going to actually shake the weight off of you?
I guess he's trying to help you burn some calories. I don't know.
Well, she had one of those, and I was fascinated by that.
Oh goodness. Oh, did you get on it?
Yeah.
Let it shake you?
Yes, but I don't remember where that ever went. That was in her sewing room.
Oh,
she had a room that was dedicated to sewing. and shaking. A sewing and shaking room. Oh goodness gracious
Oh,
alive.
goodness.
Did you drink your coffee? I haven't
yeah.
seen you drink
I'm
any of
done.
it.
I'm
I
done.
got a little bit left, but I'm gonna
I'm
chug
out.
it once we get off of here.
Yeah.
Well, what we gonna do today?
Oh,
Take advantage of this cooler weather.
yes.
Get some
Figure
things
something
done,
out.
maybe.
Maybe so.
Take advantage of me feeling good.
Mhm. Yep.
So anyway, well, I hope that y'all enjoyed today's live, and I hope that y'all have an enjoyable weekend.
Yes.
Cooler weather will be here to stay before we know it, and we'll be complaining because it's so cold.
Mary Carl told me yesterday while we're in the canoe. No, we're eating lunch. She said, "I'd like to go somewhere when it's snowing."
And so they came home and they told me that, and I said, only if I can ski. And Jason's response was, he isn't skiing because he doesn't want to tear his knee up or do something that's going to hurt him. And I'm
not
thinking to
skiing.
myself,
I'm not.
I'm skiing.
I'm not skiing.
I'm skiing. I can't roller skate. I imagine I can't ski either.
Probably can't.
But I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
Oh, me.
All right. So, everybody, hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And
Y'all be good.